I'm Josh with Skid Pro. Today we're doing our quick start guide on our mini land leveler. This seems like a pretty simple attachment, and for the most part it is, but there's a couple of tricks that I think will help shorten your learning curve. Come along, let's go check it out. So I got the Scarifiers down already. We're gonna start by ripping up the ground. We'll show the sod peeling later. For now, we're gonna rip up the ground and the weeds so we have something that's more sculptable. Pretty simple here. We just flip those Scarifiers down and we're just gonna set our unit down and back drag. And then I wanna make sure my heel is not too low or all my pressure and work will be on that heel. Not a speed race here, we're just ripping, going backwards. Now the reason we go backwards with our Mini is because the Minis don't have a ton of power to spare. And so pulling backwards, you can be more efficient and you can also track straighter . When you push, it wants to send you to one side or the other. So here you can see I'm pretty much down all the way to the frame. We just take a couple passes. And we do this both in hard pack or high vegetation areas to kind of cut through. You can see here on the side, my rear bar is right there, kind of low. And if you get that rear bar in, that's when you're going to get the machine to kind of want to stall or really work. So just pay attention to that. And I kind of put it down and I tilt forward. And now you can see my front bar is hitting, and that's about as deep as you're going to be able to get without pushing a bunch of soil in the rear. And depth-wise, that's still plenty good. We've done that. Now we're going to go ahead and switch the Scarifiers. Take the key out, move the pin. Up position, lock her in place. So now that we've got loose soil, now we'll go ahead and do some sculpting. You can see the back bar is doing a lot of the work. And that's kind of the thing that you gain on here compared to like a bucket. Buckets don't have you can back drag, but after that, you don't have that ability to double cut or carry material. So here, I've got my rear. There, the rear bar is in the ground. I'm going to lift up. And I'm going to take that soil I just pushed and back it again. I mentioned the QT plate has got multiple different height settings. That's partly because different machines have different bucket geometry or QT plate geometry. Some have different heights. So this is just another area we really focus on the customer, giving that customer the ability to make the changes they want to fit their preferences in their machine. I've got it in the lowest setting. I like when my rear bar is down close to the soil and I can get a lot of work out of that rear bar. In fact, that's where I do most of my cutting. You can cut with that rear bar both in forward and reverse. Back and forth, you're peeling out the high spots, cutting into filling in the low spots with what you carry, and it just takes a couple of passes to get that nicely contoured ground. A lot of guys use this construction, whether it's a little job site they're just doing, or even a brand new house build. They're coming back in. And so speaking of that, let's see what we would do if we didn't use the teeth. When we're reconditioning gravel or you're cutting sod, I'll come in without anything but the front, no teeth. And I like to just start with a slight edge. I just lay her flat and then I tilt it forward. Gotta be careful not to get too aggressive. Just tilt that front end. Well, there you have it. Hopefully that helps you get up and running quicker. If you have any questions at any time, jump on our website or call your product guru today. And as always, our promise to you, better products, better service, happier customers.